Welcome back to Breakfast Television. Yesterday was Budget Day in Ontario, overshadowed a lot by the goings-on with Rob Ford, of course. In fact, yesterday morning, the Premier had hoped for a photo op just sort of previewing the budget, and that got sort of overshadowed by questions about Rob Ford as well. But the budget was still delivered, and it is a budget that could be a make or break for the Ontario minority Liberals. And Kathleen Wynne joins us right now from her office at Queen's Park. Good morning.
Good morning, Kevin. How are you?
I am doing well. And this morning, and nice of you to join us from your office, actually, by the way. Usually we talk to you. You're out in the hallway. There you go.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Andrea Horvath, she will be, you've given her a week, but she does have a press conference scheduled for 10 o'clock this morning. Do you think this morning she will say one way or the other whether or not she will support the minority Liberals?
You know, I honestly don't know, Kevin. I first asked for a meeting with Andrea Horvath in February to start to talk about, because I had a meeting with Tim Hudak, and I had hoped to have a conversation about where she might be going and lay some of the things that we wanted to do on the table. That hasn't happened, but I'm hoping that within the next week we will have a meeting. So my hope this morning would be that she'd agree to that, but I don't know what she's going to say. What I do know is that we have a very good budget that we're bringing forward to the people of Ontario. It's about making investments in what we know is needed for the future of the province: jobs, roads, bridges, transit, and a retirement security plan that is very much like the Canada Pension Plan, but the federal government has chosen not to work with us, so we're bringing in an Ontario version of a pension plan. So there's a lot in this budget that's necessary for the people of the province.
Usually the opposition leaders will be going into the budget lockup with reporters. They give their reaction during the lockup to the paper that reporters are allowed to see. Andrea Horvath did not attend the lockup yesterday, which was a little perplexing.
Yeah, I don't know what that strategy is about, but what I do know is that now she's had the budget for since yesterday. So when she speaks at 10 o'clock, she'll have information about the things that we are proposing for the people of the province. And my hope is that she'll at least agree to have a meeting with me so we can talk about the path forward. But if that doesn't happen, Kevin, you know, I am and have been quite prepared to take this plan to the people of the province. We've been listening to people. I've been in every corner of Ontario, and I know that people want to make sure that their kids are going to be able to get jobs. We've got a youth strategy that has already helped 11,000 young people to find a placement. I know that that's working, and we want to extend that and make sure that kids across the province have opportunity. I know that people are worried about their retirement. We know that 20 and 30 and 40-year-olds aren't able to save enough for their retirement, so putting a plan in place that would enhance the CPP is very important. And I also know that in the Greater Toronto Hamilton area, building transit is critical in the same way that building outside of the province, outside of the city, roads and bridges and that kind of investment is absolutely necessary for economic growth. So we've got a plan that is reasonable, it's implementable, and I would like to get at it.
It sounds to me as though you have drawn the line in the sand, that there's no wiggle room here, and that whatever way the NDP go, you're ready one way or the other. Could I almost say you're double dog daring her to call for an election now?
You know, I'm really not. I'm a very practical politician. You know, I see problems, I want to solve them, and I want to get on with it. And so we've made decisions in this budget. You know, there are, for example, we know that there's a revenue issue in Ontario because revenues are down, because we're just climbing out of the economic downturn, because the federal government cut our transfer payments this year, which, again, we don't think that was the right thing to do, but they chose to do that. So we knew we had to find new revenue in order to make the investments that we need. But we brought in a budget that doesn't increase taxes on 98% of people in the province. Only the top 2% are being asked to pay more. So we've made decisions that are difficult, but are necessary. And so having made those decisions, I really would like to have a partner. I would love to have either of the opposition parties work with us. If that's not possible, Kevin, then I will take the plan to the people of Ontario. So it's not that I'm raring for a fight, because I don't think we need an election. We have a plan to move forward. But if we have to go there, then I'm fully prepared to take that on.
Okay, I'm taking a complete left turn here right now, Kathleen. I'm noticing over here, because I've never been in your office, because I've never been invited, by the way.
Well, we'd love to have you here.
Who do you find important enough to have on pictures behind you on your cabinet? I notice you with someone. I notice, I think, with a little boy over your left shoulder. Who's important enough to be behind the Premier of Ontario in her office?
Kevin, that's my family.
Yeah.
So there's a picture of my partner Jane and me, and a picture of me with my 3 kids, Christopher and Jessica and Maggie, and then my granddaughter Olivia. Actually, a picture of Olivia when she was quite young, and then when she was her first school picture. I don't have my other 2 grandbabies, which is a problem. I've got to get those pictures up. But that's my family, and you know, they're the most important people in the world to me.
Oh, I know. My pictures are so old on my desk too, but they're all of my family as well. I have trouble updating them as well. Thank you, Kathleen.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Have a great day.
You too. Premier Kathleen Wynne joining us from her office at Queen's Park. Let's go.